So the best way, like we said, to get clients going is to actually start like every Tuesday night at 7. I do a free hypnotherapy session, or every Tuesday at 1 p.m. or lunchtime break, where you offer free sessions each week. You're always there that week. People can come and go as they please. You do it as a hypnotherapy session, but you also educate them at the same time. And, you do it that way. You can do things like that flower session. Doing a positive anchor is another group session you can do. So you guys learn how to do it in a way that you're doing it one-on-one. How do you think you could turn that into a group session? Now that you guys have done quite a lot of hypnosis, if you were to do that session you did this morning, how would you kind of change it to
just by picking like a general topic that everyone can benefit from and not making it so like, would you use like a general, what's the word I'm trying to say? Would you still speak like directly at one person, or would you be speaking to a group? Because I guess.
Yeah, so you could, like what you said, Jen, you could pick an emotion that someone would want. So say if you were going to do a session on helping with anxiety, you would choose calmness maybe, and that's what you'd target. So you'd talk to them beforehand about, okay, we're gonna do this thing where we're going to anchor in a change of state. You probably wouldn't use those words because people don't understand those words, but what we're going to do is we're going to go to a place where you feel really calm and relaxed, and we're going to anchor in a feeling so that anytime you need it, or like you, Jim, will do this one, anytime you need it, you can take yourself to that space in times of overwhelm. And so what you could do in a group, and I do this in a group weight loss session for weight loss. I do this, but if you guys wanted to do this, what you could do is you could say to them, right, I'm going to give you 5 minutes, get a piece of paper, and I want you to just have a think about a place that you feel really relaxed, really calm, really good. And, you can write it down if you want to. I'm just going to give you 5 minutes, and you can just sit back and go quiet, or you can have music going and just sit down and let them think about that place. Okay, so they're getting it in their head before we even do the hypnosis session. So a place that you feel calm and relaxed in. And then once they've done that, if you were going to if it was like only 5 people, you could say, hey, does anyone want to share their place? And that could get that bit of interaction going, so they feel like it's not just a Zoom. You could ask them, does anyone want to share the place that they feel good at? They might not want to, they might stare at you like, oh, goldfish, don't want to talk. But then once you've done that, then you would probably say to them, right, we're going to lock in an anchor, and then you get everyone to go like this, just to practice, or to go like this, the tapping really slowly, just to demo it, or so whatever you choose. Or you could say to them, look, we've got a few options. I like this one, but you might choose to do this, or there might be something that suits you. It's up to you whether you just pick one or you get them to choose. You don't need to know what their thing is, because you're just going to give them a pretty open suggestion to do it.
How would you explain to someone, like when you say, okay, we're going to anchor, like what if someone's like, what is an anchor? What does that mean?
Yeah, well, that's why we've got to be really careful, because we speak to each other in hypno terms. And so we go out and speak to the normal everyday people in hypno terms. And you've got to remember, hey, you would just say that, how would I explain anchoring? I would just say it's basically that what we're going to do is we're going to use hypnosis to make it so that anytime you rub your hands together, it will give you a sense of feeling calm. And so if there are times that you feel overwhelmed or anxious, all you're going to need to do is rub your hands together, and it will remind your mind just to give you that sense. So that's actually hypnotic in itself. That's waking hypnosis. You're giving them the suggestion of, in a moment, we're going to do this, and this is what's going to happen. If they want more details, then you could say that we're actually going to create a new pathway in the brain, which represents the moving of the hands, giving you a sensation of calmness that you are going to be able to use in times of stress. Of course, the more you do it, just like anything, the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it.
You know what's funny, and I didn't remember this until just this moment, but when I was doing that technique in my last session with Wayne, you know how you say how like we go into a trance too? I started rubbing my hands together, and then I was like, why am I doing this? And I put my hands down, but I didn't even realize. I was just like,
do it because you're in trance with them. I do it as well.
We started doing it. Yeah.
Take advantage of like all the positive things we do in hypnosis. Always do it with our clients. It's good for your mind. Like when I'm taking people for a run, I'll take myself for a run with them with my eyes closed, just imagining what you're seeing or whatever, because I need it. So yeah, it's good. It means that you're just in a trance with them, just making sure that it's always the positive. Yeah, so with the script session, now when you actually do the session, you'll do like the and induction, and now I want you to go back to that beautiful place that you wrote down, or that place that you were just thinking about, that place where you feel calm, relaxed. I want you to notice what you see around you. You know, what's underneath your feet or whatever. Are you inside or outside? You know, are there any smells? You know, so instead of you asking them and them talking back to you, you're just asking those open questions and they're answering it in their mind. So it's just kind of directing it. Now I want you to notice how you feel, where you feel it in your body. And I want you to turn that feeling up, making it stronger and stronger. And in a moment, I'm going to get you to, if you're deciding about putting your hands together, I'm going to get you put your hands together now and rub your hands together. And as you do, that connection has been created. That connection has been created of rubbing the hands together and that feeling, that beautiful feeling of peace and calm. So that anytime you need it from this moment on, all you need to do is close your eyes and rub your hands together. You don't even need to say nod your head if you're doing a big group. You could do this on 100 people. This is something that you could do if you were going to talk about hypnosis in a big group of people in a hall, or if you were going to do a group, you know what I mean? And so it's kind of that language, doing it in a big space. If you were to give a word, you would create the word. So now what I want you to do is I want you to just quietly say the word calm. So as you're feeling that feeling, rubbing your hands together, just quietly say the word calm. And now the word calm is also being linked to the hands rubbing together and that feeling, creating a very strong connection. So anytime you need it, all you need to do is rub your hands together and just think the word calm, say the word calm, and your mind will instantly take you back to this place. Yeah. You can even do this without an induction if you wanted to. You don't have to take people deep, because it is just really working on that feeling. We're locking in a positive feeling. So really, really, really good. You could even, if you like doing videos, if you're one of those people that can do lives, that's a really nice live you could do on your Facebook group or YouTube. If you want to imagine that you're talking to people, or close your eyes and do it yourself, you could record that as something that people can go on and watch as a good experience of hypnosis. Yeah. So we have what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I want you guys to do is just to have a quick practice winging it of doing a group of people. So we don't have time for everyone. I'll split you into 2 groups again. And that way you'll have 2 people at least to do it on. You're leaving Persis, so it'll be 2 groups of 3. Tony might not be here, but are you here, Tony, or not? Oh, yeah, she's here. So you'll be all right for people to practice on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Right, so I'll put you into 2 groups of 2, and just you can just even have the notes there, and you can just kind of wing it. So it's looking at the notes and in your mind just changing it around to being more open for everybody, and maybe just keep it as calm so it's easier for you to practice it.
Christine, the page that you had posted before lunch in our group chat, is that in our manual?
I'll put it up again. Hang on.
But is it in the manual or no?
No, it's different. Not really. I changed it today when you guys were practicing this morning. So I'll put it up to download again. Oh, it is. It's on the platform, just not in the manual. And to be downloaded. So if you go on the platform and look up Positive Anchor and click download, it's there. But I'll get it. Hang on. Just looking for it. It's red. Here we go.